This video is generously sponsored by FlexiSpot. I've had 33 3D printers come through this studio in the last 9 months, and Mrs. LM is here.
Hello.
And Mrs. LM is going to pick one of these random printers, and I'm going to tell you whether or not today I would buy that printer. All right, Mrs. LM, what is the first printer?
Bambu Lab A1 Mini.
Okay, the Bambu Lab A1 Mini, that is going to be probably the most popular 3D printer in the industry today. Mrs. LM, how much does it cost?
It's on sale, $199.
$199 is incredible. If you can think about where we were just a year or two ago, and $199 for one of the fastest 3D printers on the market, one of the best print quality, it's an incredible machine. Build volume is 180 cubed, right?
Correct.
I don't think you're going to find a better printer on the market right now, so yeah, that's definitely a buy. Okay, Ms. Dillon, what's the next one?
Its bigger counterpart, the A1.
Okay, so the A1, all right, the A1, that is a 256 by 256 by 256 millimeter 3D printer, bed slinger, same thing as the A1 Mini, prints at like 500 millimeters per second, has the capability of doing multi-material. What's the price?
$339 without the AMS, but $489 with the AMS.
$339?
Correct.
$339 right now at the Bambu website. Of course, we'll have links on the screen and in the description below for everything here. But the A1, think about that for a moment. $339 for a 256 millimeter cubed build volume. Now, its competitors are machines like the Prusa Mark III or Prusa Mark IV. For $339, printing perfection, yep, that's a buy. So, Miss Ellen, what's next?
The Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra resin printer.
Saturn 4 Ultra? Wait, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused. The Saturn 4 Ultra, this guy, fantastic resin machine. If you are into resin, then you just already know the quality that Elegoo produces. If you aren't sure about resin, trust me, it is not as messy as you think it is. There's a process that makes it nice and clean and simple. But these produce incredible results. The resolution is absolutely amazing. Miss Ellen, what is the price?
That's $399. It's a 12K resolution, and it has a tilt release technology.
So it has tilt release, which we've seen in other resin machines like the Prusa SL1S, things like that. But this has tilt release. It's 12K, and for $399.
Correct.
That is such a good printer. If I was shopping for resin printers today, I think I would avoid those machines that are like $99 or $999, $1,000, unless you need machines like that. This machine at $399, that's a definite buy. It is, yeah. All right, Miss Ellen, what's next?
TwoTrees SK1.
Okay, the TwoTrees SK1. That's actually a printer that I like. We've had it here in the studio. The printing results were fine. How much is it?
$419.
$419. It's a Core XY machine. Build volume?
256 cubed.
Okay, so 256 millimeters cubed, which is going to be very much the same as a Bambu printer, but for $419, it's not enclosed, so it's going to be kind of like a Bambu P1P. $419. Unfortunately, I'd have to say probably today I wouldn't buy that. At $419, you're just too close to a Bambu style printer, the P1P, which has incredible print results and, of course, has the capability to add multicolor printing to it with the AMS. So, unfortunately, even though I like the machine,
it's the price point.
It's the price point. It's a great machine. It's just that price point. Yeah. All right, Miss Ellen, what's next?
Creality Ender 3 V3 SE.
Oh, the Ender 3 V3 SE. I don't even need to ask you the price. I'm going to say it's a buy. That is a great machine. I think it's a fantastic entry-level machine, but we'll talk about the specs here, of course, for people who don't know. But how much is it?
$169 right now.
Oh, my gosh. $169 for this machine. Incredible. What's its build volume?
220 by 220 by 250.
So it's a mid-size printer, but that is at $169. That is a definite buy for me. Matter of fact, I enjoy that printer enough that if I had friends or family that were interested in 3D printers, that's on my short list of machines that I would pick up for them.
But it is only 250 millimeter per second.
Yes, which
max.
is fine. Which is fine. It's a fast printer. It's just not one of the super fast machines. The SE is a great machine. All right, what's next?
Its counterpart, Ender 3 V3 KE.
Oh, the KE. Okay, so the KE is the clipper version of that machine. So it's quite a bit faster. It has like Wi-Fi printing and things like that. What's the price?
$239.
So yeah, so good.
Yeah.
That is such a good price for that machine. Now, when it comes to comparing the print quality to something like a Bambu Lab A1, the Bambu machine is going to print better results, but you're getting a machine with clipper on it that allows you to tinker, kind of mess with the machine, tune it, kind of like infinite possibilities with a KE. So do I recommend that machine? Yes. Would I buy it today? I would buy the KE. I would really recommend that for someone who's probably not a beginner, but someone who wants a very inexpensive clipper 3D printer to play with. You know, outfitting a studio with the right gear is essential, and that's why today's sponsor FlexiSpot has been absolutely incredible. FlexiSpot offered to upgrade our studios with new furniture, and 3D printers are big, they're heavy, and it takes some really well-built heavy-duty desks to handle the abuse of 3D printing and content creation. Being able to just preset height adjustments and select them with one button to change from A-roll to B-roll filming is a game changer. We replaced my old hand crank desk that was too small with the FlexiSpot E7W Plus standing desk. It's bigger, it's more stable, and it can lift as much as like 440 pounds, and even at standing height, it isn't wobbling when we work because of these 4 massive legs. It's even large enough that we mounted our mics on it, and none of that gets in the way of our working. The E7W Plus is super easy to use, it has a lot of accessory options, and it's actually on sale right now. It's like $499 for this frame, and this solid wood top is about $120, which is actually pretty affordable for a heavy-duty standing desk. I'll have links on the screen and in the description. Go check them out. Oh, and if you're on a limited budget like all of us, they have an extremely affordable E5 model that you can consider. Okay, what's next?
Another Ender 3 V3.
Wow, lots of Enders here. Okay, so Ender 3 V3. So this is a Core XZ 3D printer, and this is a different style, right? So it's got belts on the Z, and it's a nice machine. Print quality is fantastic. What is the print, or what is the price, Miss Ellen?
$329.
Okay, so $329, and its build volume?
220 by 220 by 250.
See, so now we're coming into that, again, that kind of A1 area where the Bambu Lab A1 kind of dominates these price points. So a 220 millimeter 3D printer for a very similar price, if not the same price, is a Bambu Lab A1. I would not buy the V3 today. Unless you like Creality, the brand, and that's kind of what you're wanting to stay with is in that ecosystem, then yes, it would be a buy. But for me, my personal opinion today, and well, that's what this video is about, I would not buy that today. I would probably pick up the A1, the Bambu Lab A1. Only because of that price point, really. Nothing wrong with the machine. It's a great machine. All right, what's next?
The AnkerMake M5C.
AnkerMake makes a great printer, and a lot of people had great results with it. I've had fantastic experience with it. Matter of fact, stay tuned. Video coming to the channel soon on that. We've had it for months, and but what is the price?
$299.99.
Yeah, so this is the printer that's kind of like the one-button print kind of thing, all handled with a mobile app. $299. It is a good machine. I'd recommend it. I would buy it, I think. But like I said, it's tough because at that price point, you're kind of like, I don't want to keep saying Bambu, but these price points, right? I mean, that's why we're choosing 3D printers, is because we're choosing certain price points and we're picking the best ones within the price point. But that AnkerMake machine is a good machine, and today I'd buy it. Okay, what's next?
The ComGrow T300.
Oh, the T300. You guys know how much I like the T300. So this is the ComGrow Soval now, T300, and this is a really big machine. I mean, it is a monster machine. You'll be seeing B-roll of me putting it up here on the bench, and it is a big one, and it prints really fast, it heats up really fast, and it has great results. Now, of course...
It's unique looking.
It's very unique, they are. But like I said, a lot of this comes down to the price. What is the price today?
$449.
$450 for a build volume of
300 by 300 by 350.
So it's 300, 300, 350. That is a helmet class 3D printer. That is a big machine. It's solid. Man, I really like it. For $450 for that, I'm going to call it a tank. I would buy it. I'd buy it. That's it. It's such a good machine. So even if you don't know much about it, I'd really invite you to go take a look. We'll have links, like I said, on the screen and the description. Go click them and go read about that machine. Also, maybe we can link to videos that I've done on some of these machines. You should go watch it. It's a great machine. Okay, next one.
Its counterpart, Comgrow T500.
500. All right, the T500 is a monster. If you don't know, well, you're about to see it because we will put it up on the bench in here. So it is a huge machine. It is so heavy. It's a 2-person carry-around printer.
You don't carry it.
No, I mean, it's a 2-person printer to move. But it is, build volume is?
500 by 500 by 500.
Yep, 500 by 500 by 500. It is a monster. So that's not just a helmet class 3D printer. We were making jokes at it. That's like an armor class. That's like, it's huge. And so, and what's its price point? I actually
$799.
$799. I actually think for a 500 millimeter cube 3D printer, $800.
Yeah.
That is an incredible price. And yes, I would buy it. Yeah, that's a definite buy. It is such a big machine. All right, what's next?
King Rune KP3S Pro V2.
The Pro V2. All right. So, Mrs. LM, I know. I know what it's like. Ender 3, V3, SE, KE, V3, V2s, Kingrun, KLP, 3, SP3P Pro 2. I know. Anyway, so the KP3S Pro V2, that is a little tiny guy, super popular. I had the KP3S Pro on my don't buy in the previous video that we did, the 23 3D printer video, where we had 23 3D printers in a year. And then 9 months later, add 33 more printers. It's insane. I had that on the don't buy list. This one, the Pro V2, they did fix a few things. What is the price on it right now?
$239.
$239. That's tough because what's its build volume?
200 cubed.
Yeah, it's 200 cubed. For me personally, I would put that in the don't buy just because of the Bambu Lab A1. And you will have far better results with the Bambu Lab A1 than you will with that particular machine. There's nothing wrong with it. You'll just have better print results and a better overall user experience with the A1. Or A1 Mini, I'm sorry. So, yeah. But anyway, unfortunately, I have to put that in the don't buy for me. All right, what's next?
The Creality Halo Mage Pro 8K
Oh,
resin printer.
8K resin printer. So another resin machine. This is Creality's. This one was a great machine. I really enjoyed it. It had the resin pump in it, and which was actually really nice to be able to
Helpful.
pump. Yeah, it was pumping resin in, pumping resin out. I really like that. But it's all going to come down to the fact that it's 8K resolution, and I kind of think once you get above the 8K, 10K, it's going to be so hard to tell those prints apart with that resolution. They're all just going to have such great results. What is its build volume?
228 by 128 by 230.
Okay, it's actually a pretty good size build volume for a resin printer. And how much?
$379.99.
$379. I think that when we get into these resin machines and they're sub $400, these are great machines. Resin is a fantastic experience if you haven't done it. Your prints are going to be amazing. You're really going to like it. But anything under 400, I think it's a buy. And I would buy it today. Yeah, definitely. Okay, what's next? Next one.
The JG Maker R1.
Oh, JG Maker's R1. I actually had a really great experience with that. That was a printer that the print results on it were really great for such a low price beginner 3D printer. So, Mrs. Ellen, what is its build volume?
230 by 230 by 250.
So 230, 230, 250 in price.
I think with their coupon, it's $179.99.
Do you hear that? $179. I'm telling you that these printers, the prices are just coming down, and the machines themselves are just producing such great results. And so I think as a beginner 3D printer, I think it's a great printer, but this is about today, and would I spend that money on that machine today? I wouldn't. And the reason why is because at that price point of $179, you're just $10 less, and you get an Ender 3 V3 SE from Creality. And I felt like that was a better overall user experience. So unfortunately today I'd have to say no for this one. Go ahead.
Artillery Sidewinder X3 Pro.
Oh, the X3 Pro. I had a great experience with it. The X3 and the X4 series, I actually liked them both. I get that question a lot, actually. So what is the price for the X3 Pro?
It's $169.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness.
Good price.
No, so yes, that's a buy, 100%. And it's because I had such a great experience with it, and the X3 and X4 machines have just been so good. I get a lot of questions, especially on YouTube comments, with people asking me, which one would you buy, or would you buy an X3? And I'd say yeah. In today's dollars, if it were my money, yes, I'd do it. Okay, what's next?
The Artillery Sidewinder X4
Oh.
Plus.
So we just talked about the X4. X4 Plus is a helmet class 3D printer with a build volume of
300 by 300 by 400.
yes, 400 millimeters on the Z, and that is just epically awesome. So I don't know if you've printed a lot of helmets or if you want to. Helmets, we call them helmet class 3D printers when they get above 300 millimeters. And on the X and Y, that's fine. But a lot of times helmets can be just above that. They can be 300, 310, 350 because of all the stuff they kind of throw on the top of these helmets, like clone trooper helmets or stormtrooper helmets. So 400 on the Z is awesome. And Artillery's kind of always done that with their Sidewinder series. Kind of always had that larger Z, and which is pretty nice. What is the price?
$349.
$349 for a 300 by 300 by 400 millimeter 3D printer X4, and it's fast.
500 millimeters.
500 millimeters per second. That is a 500 millimeter per second bed slinger helmet class 3D printer. That's a buy. I'd do it. Absolutely. Okay, what's next?
The Anycubic Cobra 2 Pro.
That machine is a pretty good machine. It's all really going to come down to the price. I think the print results are fine. It's kind of Anycubic quality, which is good. So what's the price?
$239.
$239 for a what size build volume?
250 by 220 by 220.
So it is someone's playing with my lights in the studio. It is a moderate size or mid-size 3D printer. That's a decent price. I think today, I'd probably say no, not today. And I know that you're shocked. You're hearing me say things like, that's a great printer. It prints great. It really comes down to what's available on the market today and the price points that are there. Nothing wrong with the printer. I hope you understand that. Nothing wrong with the printer and the print results. It's just our market is so different today because of the prices of some of these competing 3D printers. So unfortunately, that has to go into my no list. Go ahead, Miss Ellen. What's next?
Elegoo Neptune 4 Plus.
Elegoo Neptune 4. Oh,
big boy.
The Neptune 4 Plus is a fantastic machine. How many times have I said fantastic in this video?
A lot.
A lot.
Because they're good.
I get excited about 3D printers. I don't know what else to say. That one has the curtain cooling fan on the X gantry, and it is what size?
It's a big one. 320 by 320 by 385.
320, 320, 385. That is a big printer, and it is a really nice printer. I really like it. Matter of fact, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because we have content coming on that with MicroSwiss and some other companies. We're doing some special fun things to those machines to kind of upgrade them, and you'll like it. So anyway, what is the price?
$369.
$369 for me. That's a definite buy. It is. That is a really, really, really good machine. And I have content on it. We'll try and link it in the description for that. So, yeah, definitely. It's a buy. All right, Miss Ellen, what's next?
King Rune KLP 1
Oh,
millimeter.
Okay, the King Rune KLP 1, which, if you're not familiar, that is a Core XY machine enclosed pretty small. I mean, you can pick it up and hold it with one hand, really. It is 210 by 210 by 210. So it's 210 cubed. All right. And what's the price?
$319.
$319. Okay, this is an interesting machine. So I don't even know if they sell this one anymore. But the KLP1 for me was a really fun machine. I think it was an entry-level Core XY machine with clipper. It was fast. It was fun. Had some weird little quirks like the touch stylus interface, which I don't really care for. The screen, which is on the inside of the printer, which I thought was strange. But other than that, it did print great. And like I said, it's clipper. It's a great opportunity for people to get into clipper in a Core XY machine very inexpensively. But they don't sell it today anymore. Now, so you'd ask me today, would I buy it? The answer would be no. And it's because I'm not quite sure if that printer's coming up next. Or
yes,
if it's,
it is.
Is it? Okay. What is it, Mrs. LM?
The King Rune KLP1 230.
Okay, there it is. So I figured this one was coming next. King Rune this year came out with a new KLP1, and they called it the 230 because it's 230 by 230 by 210. So 230, same Z height, 210. And they fixed a couple of little things and made it a little bit better. Still the same stylus touch interface, which I don't really care for, and the screen's on the inside. It's clipper, it's Core XY, and what's the price?
$369.
Okay, $369. I think for a Core XY machine, if that's what you want, a clipper Core XY machine, for me, it's a buy. I would buy it today because it is a really fun machine to play around with. But if you're just going off of 3D printers in the $369 price range and you're looking at the quality, it would be a no. But that's not what I'm judging on today. I'm judging it on would I buy it today? It is what it is. $369 for a Clipper Core XY machine. I'd buy it. Go ahead.
Longer LK5 Pro.
The Longer LK5 Pro. This one was really tough because Longer sent that over to us quite some time ago. And it's actually a printer from like a couple of years ago. And not much has changed on it. But it did have good print results. But it's an old printer. It's outdated. And I don't think Longer's out of the game. I caught some hints that we might see some new stuff from Longer as far as 3D printers go. But today, the LK5 Pro, I would not spend my money on it. And I guess for the sake of the video, what's the build volume?
It's a big one. 300 by 300 by 400.
Yeah, 300 by 300 by 4. And what's the price?
$279.
Yeah, $279. I would not buy it today, only because there's other machines on the market that would compete, and you're basically buying technology that's 3 years old or more, so I just wouldn't do it, not today. Okay, what's next?
Elegoo Mars 4 DLP resin.
Oh, the Mars 4 DLP, great machine. What's the price, Miss Ellen?
$299.99.
Okay, this is a $300 resin machine, and Elegoo makes incredible resin machines. It's what they do. They're really good at it. Matter of fact, they make great FDM printers. I mean, they're just all around a good company. And so the Mars 4 DLP is a fantastic printer and a great price, and it would be a machine that I would definitely buy today. But stay tuned, because the Mars 5 Ultra is here in our studios, and video coming on that soon. All right, Miss Ellen, what's next?
FiSec Voron 0.2 R1.
Okay, so Miss Ellen said it right. FiSec. I think it's FiSec. Anyway, I think it is. Anyway, how much is it?
$360.89.
$360 for a Voron V0.2 kit from FiSec. Now, the one I got was had all the 3D printed parts in it. And it was a beautiful kit. I mean, gorgeous kit. There's a video out that I put on my channel, so subscribe, go watch it. That is a great price for a complete kit. I mean, everything in it. Sit down, assemble it with you or your family, and have a great machine. They are an exhaustive endeavor, so you will spend a lot of time and a lot of love putting it into those kits and machines. But you'll end up getting something that you've created, so it's kind of a fun experience. So
very custom.
Very custom. So $360.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, $360. Would I buy it today? I would, because I actually think it was really cool. I think it was fun. Okay, what's next?
The Mingda Magician X2.
So I already kind of know about this one. So we've had the Mingda Magician X2 here for quite some time, and it prints great. It prints absolutely fine, but I think you're about to be shocked. Mrs. LM, what is the build volume first?
230, 230, 260.
Okay, 230, 230, 260. So it's a mid-sized 3D printer from Mingda, and it prints great. It prints fine. But Mrs. LM, why don't you tell everybody what the price is?
$109.
Oh my gosh, $109. No, that's incredible. 3D printers are just plummeting in prices, and that is a great machine. It prints really well. Think about that. That's a little bit more than a $100 bill for a mid-sized 3D printer. Incredible. Would I buy it today? To be honest with you, I probably would, because I think a $100 3D printer, that's in a class of its own when we're at that price point. So I'd buy that today. Go ahead, Miss Ellen.
Uniformation GK2.
Oh, the Uniformation. Oh man, this GK2 is incredible. Content coming probably within days of the release of this video. That is an epically awesome resin 3D printer. And and I have a fun story, but I won't tell you that here. You'll have to watch that video. But Mrs. Ellen, what is the price?
$849.99.
$850 for this resin machine, and what's its build volume?
350 by 315 by 455.
Oh, such a big machine. I love it. And so anyway, would I buy that today from Uniformation? Oh, I would. Remember what I said. Resin machines at $400 and $500 and below are incredible. And that's what, like, if you're getting into resin, great. Now, if you know resin and you've experienced it and you know what it can do, then an $850 machine, oh, yes, I would totally do that again. Yeah, I would. That's in my yes. Okay, Miss Ellen, what's next?
The Ren Color AC10.
Aw, the Ren color. Do you
I
guys know what the Ren color is? Do you remember it? That was the filament mixing tool head. Kickstarter. That's so frustrating. It's a nice big machine. What is the build volume?
300 by 300 by 360.
Yeah, 300, 360. And what's its price?
No longer available, so...
Yeah, so it's not available, so we don't really know the price. Anyway, I think it was between it was around the $400 mark. Here's the thing. Ren Color had something really cool. They'd kind of developed their own proprietary, like, custom tool head for mixing and the mixing nozzles. It was really special. It was not like anything that's ever been done before as far as the mixing. Has multicolored tool heads been done before mixing nozzles? Yes, that's not my point. They did something really special with this one. Then the problem was they actually got kicked off Kickstarter, or they got their Kickstarter canceled by Kickstarter. But I believe it wasn't that they did anything wrong. I think people didn't like the way they called it, like an 8-color. Was it 6-color or 8-color?
8-color.
8-color mixing tool head, and people thought that meant like you could put like 6 or 8 different filaments, and what they meant was you could put in these numbers of filaments and get that number of like default colors. And so that caused Kickstarter to cancel it. Then Kickstarter can't restart one, so they had to start a new Kickstarter over again. But ultimately, I would not probably buy that machine today. It was old tech, cool tool head, just old tech, really fun and interesting. It would be a specialty type printer. So unfortunately today I would not buy that. It was a cool machine though. I really liked it. Okay, Miss Ellen, what's next?
The AOC X Maker Joy.
AOC X Maker Joy. If you watched my video from just a couple of weeks ago, then you know how excited I am about this machine. If you haven't, subscribe and go watch it. That is one of the coolest machines that we have had in this studio. It is a 3D printer that's designed for children. And not just a 3D printer that, like, you've seen these other children's type 3D printers before. This one was really focusing on the user experience, and you've heard me talk about that before. I'm big into the user experience being more important than the function or features of 3D printers. Like, if you have to get rid of half a dozen features to have a far better user experience, that's what I'm all about. And that machine is so just epically awesome. The tools that come with it that allow children to, with their mobile phone, to be able to select models like robots and modify them and add things and remove things, and they can use the like AI assistant to say, make me this toy, and it will. And everything is just so beautiful and fun. AOC knocked it out of the park with the X Maker Joy. And so anyway, that today, I watch this. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's a buy for me. Absolutely yes. And then Mrs. LM, how much is it?
$249.99 on Amazon.
$249.99, so $250 for that machine, and it's got a really tiny build volume. It's like what, 120?
120 by 120 by 120.
Yeah, so it's 120. Great machine for kids though. I mean, that is, so think about that printer like the Easy Bake Oven is. It's just it's a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend it if you are a family that wants to 3D print together with small children. And yeah, definite buy. Anyway, Miss Ellen, what's next?
The Geeetech Alcade Resin Printer.
Oh, okay. So this one's actually going to come in here on the bench in a box. And because I have not even opened it up and looked at it, I've read all the stuff on it. And but the reason why it's still included in this video, and unfortunately, I have to give this a don't know, right? So I can't tell you whether I would buy it today or not. So subscribe for the content that's coming. But it's the price. And this is pretty exciting because I think the feature set and the quality from what I've read and what I've seen from others is pretty good. But I can't give you my recommendation on it. Miss LM, how much?
$99.
$99 for this resin machine. And so, like I said, stay tuned. We'll have content on it, and I'll be able to give you that recommendation. But at this point, I say I just don't know, so I can't give you a yes or no on it. But I think it's pretty darn cool that they can do this. $99 for this resin machine. So hopefully it's good.
It's a cute size too.
I know, so cute. I like it. All right, Miss Elm, what's next?
The Cheetah Q1 Pro.
Oh, the Q1 Pro. Great machine. Cheetah, almost said something I wasn't supposed to say. Cheetah has been killing it lately with their machines. And the Q1 Pro is a great machine. Heated chamber, Core XY, enclosed. I mean, it's going to print all your exotic materials, your more industrial stuff. But how much is it?
$499.
$500. For me, that's a buy. You're getting an enclosed Core XY machine with a pretty decent build volume of
245 by 245 by 240.
Right, so mid-size, right? So pretty decent build volume in there, but you're getting it with a heated chamber. And so you're going to be able to print some awesome filaments in there and do some really cool stuff. And the user experience was pretty good. I liked the touch interface. I liked everything about it. So yeah, that's a definite buy for me for $500 because there's not many enclosed 3D printers with heated chambers on the market. So Cheaty's doing great. All right, Miss Ellen, what's next?
The Creality K1C.
Okay, so the Creality K1C, we actually have two of those, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, one from Creality and the other one was sent to us from SaneSmart. So thank you, SaneSmart. Thank you, Creality, for that. It's a great machine. It's a mid-sized 3D printer, Core XY, enclosed. It's got a build volume of about
220 by 220 by 250.
220 by 250. Great machine, great print results. We opened it up live on our Twitch stream, which, by the way, you should absolutely join. Twitch.tv/LoyalMoses. We are live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific, and we give out filament and 3D printers and stuff every single time we go live, so be there. Yeah, we have a great time. We opened them up both, and we printed with them both at the same time on our live stream, and the print results were great. Almost identical. One of them printed a little bit different, but not bad. So I wouldn't say it's a really quality control issue, but they printed great. But it really comes down to price, because I have a feeling that this price is in the 400s. How much is the price, Miss Ellen?
$459.
So it's $459. But is a K1C right now? Would I buy a K1C for $449 today? No, I don't think I would. If the price were $419, $409, $399, absolutely I'd be there, because there's nothing wrong with them. They're really good machines and they print really, really well. It just comes down to the price point. Things are just dramatically changing in our industry right now when it comes to dollars. So, and that's what this video is about. Would I buy it today? Okay, Miss Ellen, what's next?
The Sovel SV07 Plus.
SV07 Plus. We opened up that live on a live stream with Sovel. We were doing kind of an event kind of together with them, and it showed up with some shipping kind of problems. Some of the knobs on the bed had come loose in shipping, because so that was kind of a bad experience. But that's normal, right? It's that stuff happens in shipping. It's a big machine. How big, Miss Ellen?
300 by 300 by 350.
300, 350. Big machine. It printed really, really well. It was really nice. We did some fun things with it. We printed a helmet with it, actually. And what's its price?
$309.
See, $300. So $309 for that machine, the SV07 Plus. I would, to be honest with you, because I kind of feel like helmet class 3D printers around that $300 point. That's incredible. Now, would I like to see it maybe $299 or $289? Sure, but I think $309, that's a good price for that machine. Absolutely. Okay, Mrs. Ellen, what's next?
The SV08 from Sovel.
Oh, the big one. Okay, so the SV08 is a monster machine. This is basically, think about this as like, this is a mass production Voron 2.4 and build volume of
350 by 350 by 345.
So 350, 350, 345 for this machine. This one caused a little bit of controversy when it was announced. Sovel basically took the Voron style machine, the very popular 2.4, and they built a mass-produced one. It takes about an hour to assemble, and this is what you get. It is just an incredible, incredible machine with infinite upgrade possibilities. There's people already doing multi-tool head adaptations to it. MMU. This would be a machine that you could just tinker with infinitely, and it's got a great price, I think, for it. So, Miss Ellen, what's the price?
$579.
$579 for this machine. This one is a definite buy. So if you think that you would like to play with a Voron, but you don't want to spend days and weeks putting it together, right? I would really suggest this is a machine. So yeah, it's a buy for me. Yeah, definitely. All right, Miss Ellen, what's next?
Our very last one.
Oh, we're already at 33?
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
The Elegoo Mars 5 Ultra.
Oh, that's the one I can't show you. So that machine, I don't know how we're going to do this. It's going to have to sit in here on the bench, either blurred. Is it blurred right now? Is it? Is it blurred, or did I cover it with something? Anyway, I can't tell you about this machine because it's actually not released yet. I have an NDA. It'll be out in a couple of days by the time this video is uploaded. But it is a really, really good machine. I can't even tell you the build size, and I can't even tell you the price. But as you know, we talked about it earlier, Elegoo makes really great machines. And this resin machine is no different. It's pretty epic. It's pretty awesome. So I'll have links on the screen and in the description. Go check it out. But yes, it is a definite buy. All right, Mrs. Ellen, that was it?
That's it.
Well, that was fun. So thank you for that. We've had a lot of machines come here through the studio in the last 9 months and in the last year before that. And just so you know, it's not over, because in the next 60 days, we have 22 or 24 plus 3D printers coming here in the next 60 days. So we'll do one of these again, probably in a couple of months, and it's going to blow your mind at what's happening in our industry right now. And let me give a huge shout out to our YouTube members, our Patreon supporters. You are who make this possible. And also, thank you, FlexiSpot, for upgrading our studios. Don't forget to go check them out. Head over to the website. I'll have the link on the screen and in the description. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Miss LM.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. And we will see you in the next one.